Ghostwriter 977 releases Heart on My Sleeve by Drake AI featuring The Weeknd. Internet loses it. UMG files copyright claim. Song leaves DSPs, but it's too late. It's in the internet's hands, and it's still everywhere. Grimes says, hey, I'll split royalties with you. Let's get into it. It has, as the youngsters these days say, been a hot minute. Between work, getting married, and all kinds of other stuff, I've not posted in a while. But I'm back with lots of ideas, starting with this one. AI is everywhere, and its permeation into all our lives shows no signs of slowing, even with the whole request to halt development. I have some thoughts about its impact on the music industry, which I'll explore more deeply in future videos, but for today, I want to focus on the whole Ghostwriter story, because the legal aspect of AI is still very much in flux, with some countries having clear regulations regarding AI and copyright, and others not at all. Is using AI simply a copyright issue? Well, that depends on its use. Disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer, so nothing I say should be taken as legal advice. I present the information and my take on it based on my understanding, and I present this information to raise awareness and hopefully understanding about the complexities of legal issues around the creation of creative works. However, when in doubt, always seek legal advice from a licensed practitioner. On with the show. On the 4th of April 2023, some person going by the moniker Ghostwriter released a song called Heart on My Sleeve. The voices were synthesized by AI, but the song itself appears to have been otherwise written and produced by Ghostwriter 977, a disgruntled music producer, not Metro Boomin, as the lyric in the song implies. Now, the tech to impersonate others' voices has existed for some time, so there isn't anything new here, and there really hasn't been a lot of legal action or anything taken on any of the thousands of impersonation clips that have surfaced in recent months. Till now. The reason? Most likely because all the other clips were X artists singing X song from another artist, and since these mashups and so on are using copyrighted content and being distributed via social media, they should still have been generating revenue for the labels. Not so in the case of Heart on My Sleeve. Here is an original composition. Whether it was partially or fully written by AI is irrelevant. The song is an original, and therefore, despite having rights to manage Drake and The Weeknd's catalog, UMG doesn't have the rights to this song because they don't have the rights to Drake and The Weeknd's voices, only to the music they create. Had the song not blown up and gone viral, UMG probably wouldn't have given it a second thought. But the success of the track suggests that independent producers could use AI to generate at least the voices of famous artists, and in doing so, could name drop the artists to gain instant exposure. Exposure that record labels and music groups can't profit from. Thanks to some digging by The Verge, we know that UMG filed a copyright claim for the Metro Boomin tag that appears in the intro of the track. If Metro don't trust you, I'ma shoot you. And where Metro Boomin is signed to Republic, a UMG label, this claim is likely to stick. Imagine if Ghostwriter 977 hadn't used that sample in there. Sidebar, what if Ghostwriter is Metro Boomin? I haven't seen MB deny that he wrote that track, and he is a record producer who has made some people a lot of money. Although the identity of Ghostwriter 977 is unknown, the user stated that he was a ghostwriter who got paid close to nothing just for major labels to profit. Okay, so theoretically, there is no copyright on the composition, just the sample of the Metro Boomin producer tag. So if Ghostwriter hadn't used that sample, would there still be a legal case against him and the song? Well, probably. There is, after all, plenty of legal precedents here. Tom Waits versus Frito-Lay, and Bette Midler versus Ford Motor Company, just to ChatGPT name a few. What? You think I wasn't going to use AI in a video effectively about AI? It's like you don't even know me. To be fair, I was already aware of these cases. ChatGPT was really just eye candy. Based on these and other similar cases, the fact that Ghostwriter copied Drake and The Weeknd's voices without their permission puts him in a good place to sue for damages, assuming they can uncover his identity. Get it? Because like, he's covered with a sheet. Now, there is a caveat here. In both of these cases mentioned, it was an artist suing a company for using their likeness to advertise their products. Can it be argued that Ghostwriter is doing the same? Or does it even matter? Of note is the following from a lawsuit against Beatlemania Incorporated, a theater group that impersonates the four members of the Beatles. A performer's likeness, be it their face, name, or their voice, is a very valuable property, and no company has the right to capitalize on that likeness for commercial purposes without giving the performer compensation. And there's absolutely no reason why a voice that is identifiable to the public should be any less protected than their face. You might think that as an artist or producer yourself, you're exempt because you may not even be a company, just some cat making music in your bedroom. But if you're releasing your song to the public, you are effectively promoting your own music, and it could easily be argued that you are using X artist's voice for the sole purpose of gaining popularity, ergo, capitalizing on the inclusion of that famous person's voice in your track. Why otherwise would you impersonate said artist's voice versus legitimately collaborating with someone else or doing the vocals yourself? Heart on My Sleeve is just the first in what I expect to be a long list of similar releases resulting in potential legal action on the part of artists and their labels. It's all so open right now because AI and its disruption is so new, and regulatory systems always take time to catch up with disruptive systems. Do you want to put yourself at risk of getting slapped with a lawsuit, spanked by your favorite artist lawyers in a court of law, and possibly end up poorer than you were before you started? Why not just build your skill up so that your favorite artists can't ignore you and they come to you for collabs? At the moment, it's unclear what Drake and The Weeknd's positions are on the use of their voices on this particular track. Other than Drake's "This is the final straw" AI post in response to the Drake covers Ice Spice's Munch video, both artists have been strangely silent in response to Heart on My Sleeve, and it's unclear whether UMG filed the copyright claim at the request of Drake or out of their own volition. Is Ghostwriter 977 headed for a lawsuit he'll probably lose? Who knows? But Grimes, rather than have beef with AI like Drake does, is openly calling out to producers saying, "Use my voice if you want, and we'll split the royalties." It's very forward-thinking and fitting of her experimental character. It's also a wise business move, frankly, because however Ghostwriter goes down and whatever laws get passed, people are going to continue to use AI to impersonate their favorite artists because that's just people. In this sense, Grimes is offering a way for both producers and her to benefit from the technology. Producers can use her voice, gain exposure for having Grimes listed as a songwriter performer, and Grimes builds up a huge pool of producers of whom she could pick and choose from for possible future collaborations. Good on you, Grimes. So, what's the takeaway from this video? Using voice generation AI to impersonate famous people's voices without their permission is risky and could land you in legal hot water, so maybe don't do it. But if you really want to use a celebrity's voice in your production, use Grimes for now, and make sure you list her in your split sheet. I've got more videos on music AI in the pipeline, as well as videos on YouTube Music, Second Chances, and more, all on the way, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, cheers.
You ain't never seen nothing like this. Never thought it'd be so enticing. Oh, it'll pull you in with a tight grip. Shines like a diamond, bright when the light hits.